The Galactic Council chamber stretched across 3 kilometers of polished crystalline floors, its vaulted ceiling lost in artificial stars that mimicked the cosmos beyond. Representatives from 47 species sat in their designated sections, their forms ranging from the gelatinous Krath to the crystalline Verendi. At the center of it all, in the human delegation's modest corner, sat Maya Sharma and William Chen. Maya adjusted her collar, feeling the weight of Earth's hopes pressing against her shoulders. This was humanity's first formal petition to join the Galactic Council as full members rather than probationary observers. She had prepared for months, running simulations, studying alien psychology, crafting arguments that would appeal to logic, emotion, and self-interest. William leaned close, his voice barely a whisper. "Remember, don't let them bait you." She nodded, squeezing the data tablet in her lap. The presentation was flawless. Humanity's contributions to medicine, their rapid advancement in quantum physics, their peacekeeping efforts on contested worlds, all documented, all undeniable. The Council Prime, a towering Krithian named Velshikar, raised 4 of his 6 arms. Silence fell like a curtain. "We shall hear the human petition." His voice resonated through translation matrices embedded in every delegate's neural interface. "Maya Sharma of Earth, you may present your species' case for full membership." Maya stood, her heart hammering. She was 5'4" in a room of giants, her brown skin and dark eyes marking her as something strange and soft compared to the armored, scaled, and crystalline beings around her. But her voice didn't waver. "Honored council members," she began, "humanity comes before you not as supplicants but as partners. In the 73 years since first contact, we have—" "73 years," interrupted Councillor Zechner, a serpentine Vaxil whose species had achieved spaceflight 12,000 years ago. A blink, an infant's cry in the cosmic night. Murmurs of agreement rippled through the chamber. Maya felt William tense beside her, but she pressed on. "In those 73 years, we have contributed the Sharma-Chen cellular regeneration technique, which has saved millions across 17 worlds. We've established peaceful trade with techniques derived from our own abandoned medical experiments," Zechner hissed. "You merely picked through our garbage and called it innovation." The Krath delegate pulsed a sickly yellow. "Humanity is violent, chaotic. You still war among yourselves. Just last year, the Novia conflict. A border dispute resolved through diplomacy," Maya countered, her jaw tight. "No shots fired. 17 nations came together." 17, the crystalline Verendi chimed in crystalline laughter. "We achieved planetary unity 4,000 years before we left our world. You are fractured, primitive, dangerously impulsive." Velshikar's mandibles clicked thoughtfully. "The human petition is ambitious, perhaps premature by several centuries. You have potential, certainly, but you lack the gravitas, the proven stability that full membership demands." William's hand found Maya's under the table, squeezing once. A warning. She took a breath, began again. "With respect, Counselor, our youth is precisely why we offer fresh perspectives." "Fresh?" Zechner's laugh was like scraping metal. "You are not fresh, human. You are raw, uncooked meat pretending to sit at the table of chefs. Your technology is borrowed, your culture derivative, your entire existence a fortunate accident that we have charitably allowed to continue. You contribute nothing we could not replicate or improve upon. You are, to be perfectly clear, unnecessary to the galactic community." The words hit like physical blows. Around the chamber, delegates shifted, some uncomfortable, others nodding agreement. The Krithian diplomat to Maya's left touched her shoulder sympathetically, but said nothing. Maya's carefully prepared arguments crumbled in her mind. Months of work, dismissed in seconds. She looked at William, saw the same shock and fury in his eyes that burned in her chest. They had known there would be opposition, but this casual cruelty, this dismissal of everything humanity had worked for, bled for, dreamed of. Zechner wasn't finished. Perhaps in another millennium, when you've evolved past your aggressive tendencies and learned to create rather than copy, we might reconsider. Until then, humanity should be grateful for probationary status. It is far more than you deserve. The chamber fell silent. Every eye, compound, crystalline, biological, and synthetic, turned to Maya. They expected her to argue, to plead, to present more data proving humanity's worth. They expected desperation or anger or defeat. Maya stood very still for a long moment. Then, slowly, deliberately, she raised her right hand and extended her middle finger. The translation matrices struggled with the gesture for a microsecond before human cultural databases flooded the network. The meaning was unmistakable, universal in its simplicity, devastating in its clarity. William's eyes went wide. Then, despite everything, he smiled and raised his own middle finger. Velshikar's translator stuttered, This is. An ancient human gesture, Maya said calmly, her finger still raised, expressing precisely what I think of your assessment, Counselor Zhekner, and yours, Velshikar, and this entire farce of a hearing. Zhekner's scales flushed deep purple. You dare. We dare, Maya continued, her voice cutting through the rising cacophony, because you want to know what humanity actually contributes, not medicine you dismiss, not peace you ignore, not innovation you belittle. We contribute this, the courage to tell self-important, ancient, calcified bureaucrats exactly where they can shove their condescension. The chamber erupted. Delegates shouted in 47 languages. Security drones hummed to life. But Maya wasn't finished. You sit here in your ancient glory, congratulating yourselves on achievements millennia old, while your civilizations stagnate. When was the last time the Vaxil produced a new form of art? When did the Verendi last have a revolutionary scientific breakthrough not built on 50-generation-old foundations? You call us derivative, but you've been photocopying the same cultures for thousands of years. William stood beside her, both middle fingers now raised in solidarity. Humanity is 73 years old in space, and we've already forced 3 treaty renegotiations, established 17 new trade routes, and solved the denarian food crisis you lot ignored for decades. Not bad for uncooked meat. And you know what else we contribute? Maya's voice rang with fury and pride. Hope. Chaos, yes. Imperfection, absolutely. But also the wild, beautiful, terrifying possibility that things can change. That the future doesn't have to be a slow, dignified march toward entropy. We are young, we are reckless, and we are here to shake up your comfortable little cosmos whether you like it or not. Velshikar's mandibles worked silently. Zhekner looked apoplectic. But Maya noticed something else. The Krithian diplomat was trembling with suppressed laughter. The Quath had shifted to a color she'd never seen before. What her xenopsych training suggested might be admiration. Even some of the older, more conservative delegates looked intrigued. This hearing is over, Velshikar declared. Humanity's petition is denied. You will both be escorted from the chamber. Maya lowered her hand, gathering her materials with exaggerated calm. That's fine. We'll be back. Maybe not next year, maybe not next decade, but we'll be back. And every time you see a human ship, every time you use one of our derivative innovations, every time you remember this moment, you'll know we're coming for your seat at this table, and we don't need your permission. As security escorted them out, William muttered, We're probably fired. Probably, Maya agreed. Worth it. Absolutely. Behind them, the chamber dissolved into the loudest, most chaotic debate in council history. 3 months later, Maya received a private communication. It was from the Krithian delegate, the one who'd touched her shoulder. The message was brief. The council is reconsidering your petition, not because you convinced them, because you terrified them. Well done. Also, I've been using that finger gesture in private, remarkably cathartic. Diplomat Krester. Maya showed it to William over coffee in their small apartment on Luna Station. He laughed until tears streamed down his face. Humanity, fuck yeah, he finally managed. Maya raised her coffee cup in a toast, then raised something else. William mirrored the gesture. Outside their window, Earth hung in the void, small and blue and utterly unbowed.